Welcome to Chapter 3 Lecture Series Part 6. This is accrued revenues. The adjusting entry to accrue revenues is needed because many firms have delivered a product or provided a service but have not recorded the revenue in the current period. In our example, a company completes a consulting engagement. The company has earned the revenue but has not recorded it at year end. The company has earned interest that will not be paid until the next period as well. Accrued revenues are revenues earned in a period that are both unrecorded and not yet received in cash or other assets. Adjusting entries to record accrued revenue will always be debit or increase an asset account or credit or increase a revenue account. Step 1, on December 12th, Fast Forward's customers agree to pay $2,700 on January 10th of the next year for future services over the next 30 days. Step 2, December 31st, 20 days worth of services have been provided and earned, which totals $1,800, $27,000 times 20 over 30 days. Adjusting entry increases an asset accounts receivable and increases the consulting revenue account for $1,800 with the following journal entry. Accounts receivable, $1,800 debit. Consulting revenue, $1,800 credit. Looking at the T accounts, the accounts receivable is now going to have a balance of $1,800, where my consulting revenue for the year will have a balance of $7,850. The balance sheet's going to show this $1,800 worth of receivables, whereas my income statement will show the $7,850 total consulting revenue. Fast Forward made an adjusting entry for $1,800 to record 20 days of accrued revenue earned from its consulting contract. When Fast Forward receives the $2,700 in cash on January 10th for the entire contract amount, it makes the following entry to remove the accrued assets accounts receivable and recognize the revenue earned in January. The $2,700 debit reflects the cash received. The $1,800 credit reflects the removal of the receivable, and the $900 credit towards revenue earned in January. So notice that when we're doing the payment in the month we're in, that's considered a daily activity. We had this accounts receivable sitting there for the 20 days. We're just doing the 10 days straight to consulting revenue against the cash and not creating a receivable. Accounts receivable at year end, the company has completed services of $1,000 for a client. The client has not yet been billed for those services. The first thing we need to do is determine what the current balance equals. And since this is unbilled, it should be 0. Step 2, determine what the current amount should equal. Again, we had $1,000 that we completed, so that means that we should have $1,000 balance in this accounts receivable. No money ever gets into an account unless there is a journal entry to make that happen. The journal entry we need is to debit accounts receivable for the $1,000 and credit service revenue for the $1,000. That puts my $1,000 adjustment in there, brings my true balance to $1,000, and I'm good. Interest receivable. At year end, the company has earned but not yet recorded $500 of interest earned from its investment in government bonds. First thing we need to know is what is the current balance in this account. We have 0. We haven't put anything in there at all, so that it's 0. We have $500 of interest we have to record, so that's what the current balance should equal when I'm done with my journal entry. Remember, the only way to get my money in there is to record an adjusting entry. So I will debit interest receivable and credit interest revenue. And this is money earned, but not through the regular business transactions of buying or selling or services or whatever it is I do. These are the links to financial statements. This summary is going to prove really useful when completing your homework or studying for the next exam. To read the table, before we adjust a prepaid expense, we have to ask ourselves, we're paid or received cash before the expense or revenue recognized? Prepaid would be deferred unearned revenues. It gives me the adjusting entry for the deferred prepaid and the unearned revenue. And before adjusting this account, it would tell me that the expenses are understated, the assets are overstated if I do not make this adjusting entry. Likewise, for the unearned revenues, my liability would be overstated, my revenue would be understated. If I paid for received cash after expense or revenue is recognized as my accrued expenses, I would debit the expense, credit the liability, and until this entry here happens, the expense is understated and the liability is understated. Lastly, paid received cash after expense, accrued revenues, debit asset increased revenue, and if I do not make this entry, it would be asset understated, revenue understated. This is the end of part 6, and I will see you in part 7. Thank you.